On the pole of your USRA modified feature event tonight, 25 laps in distance. On the pole in the CDR race cars number 3B out of Perry, Kansas, you'll find Nick Bittinger on the pole tonight. To the outside of him out of Hermitage, Missouri in 38C, Jason Pursley on the outside of the front row here tonight.
On the inside of number 2, it's Dean Willie out of Lawrenceburg, Missouri in the 68. To his outside, the Spiro, Oklahoma, the 88, Sam Osmond.
The Harris Auto Group number 21K out of Madrid, Iowa. It's Kyle Brown starting 5th. To his outside, Winona, Minnesota's Keith Foss in 95.
Starting 7th, it's Brandon Givens out of Wichita, Kansas in the 10B. To his outside, Troy Goodmanson out of Savage, Minnesota in the 21T.
The Sonic Drive-In 127 out of Shadooc, Kansas is Peyton Phillips. To his outside out of Bryan, Arkansas, the 5F is Drake Findlay.
Starting 11th, it's the Candyman, Josh Hanks out of Winona, Minnesota in the 99. To his outside, Shadron Turner out of St. Joseph, Missouri in car 56.
Your current USRA national points leader for the mods out of Kansas City in the 97. That's Houston Johnson in 97. To the outside, last night's winner out of Fayetteville, Arkansas in the 4W. It's Tyler Wolf.
Shad Batter out of Bates City, Missouri in the 73B starts 15th. 16th, it's Ben Stockton out of Kansas City, Missouri in the 33S.
Next row to the inside, the 1B, that'll be Bobby Williams out of Hermitage. To the outside, your 18th starter from Albert Lee, Minnesota. The 98 is Kevin Stoa.
Starting 19th, it's Harley Dice out of Winona, Minnesota in the 87H. Colson Kirk out of Urbana, Missouri in the 55K starts 20th.
Terry Phillips out of Springfield, Missouri in board car number 75 starts 21st. To his outside, the youngster out of Baldwin City, Kansas in 17C, it's Henry Chambers.
Austin Howes out of Lewistown, Missouri in the 26 starts 23rd, 24th. To his outside, it's from Rushford, Minnesota, it's the Iceman, Alex Williamson.
Nick Roberts in the GRT race cars number 23 junior out of Des Moines, Iowa will start 25th. And your final starter of this 25 lapper for the mods in 88D out of Boonville, Missouri, it's Jimmy Dowell.
That's your 26-car starting field for your Mel Hamilton Racing USRA Modifieds here this evening. 25 trips around the Lucas Oil Speedway here tonight. Yellow lights are out.
I want to say hello to one of your former ARMS racers, Chase Wascom down there in Denham Springs, Louisiana,
Yeah.
tuned in watching us live tonight on RacingDirt.com.
What's Chase up to nowadays?
Man, he kind of got out of the mod deal. He got into a crate late model there for a little while. Of course, just kind of stayed closer to home down in Baton Rouge. Man, he had to travel 6-7 hours just to get up to race anywhere, right? I mean, it's such a far trip from Denham Springs, Louisiana, but happy to see he's tuned in watching live tonight on Racing Dirt.
Yeah, glad to have Chase tuning in at home.
There's been quite a few others that have checked in with him tonight, too. Just hadn't had an opportunity to give them a special shout-out. So getting this deal cleaned up here after the B-Mods over in 1 and 2. And again, your 25-lap USRA modified nightcap is due to the green flag here in short order. All right, I'm gonna take Trenton Berry and put him on the spot reel here. Just got this is about as random as you can do right now while we try to fill some air here. Trenton, this is about as random as you can do. But if you were to, who has the best chicken sandwich out there right now? Is that's random for you? Who has the best chicken sandwich? Spicy, grilled? I don't care. Who has the best chicken sandwich?
All right, so I just ate at Dave's Hot Chicken up with the group up at Deer Creek. This past weekend, had it in Kansas City a couple weeks ago. So that's been the most recent one that I've had. I feel like it's the best. Chick-fil-A is always a good old reliable, except for on Sunday, and that always seems to be the day that I want to go eat Chick-fil-A. But Popeye's pretty good as well.
Dude, hey, that Popeye spicy chicken sandwich, man, it almost can't be touched.
Now listen, if we're just going to talk the best chicken,
yes,
the best chicken comes from Nashville, Tennessee.
All right.
Hattie B's, Princess, either one of them.
I've heard good things.
I'd be thrilled either way. Have no preference between the two.
Yeah,
it's so good I don't even have to slap it between two buns.
Yeah, we could have steered this conversation a couple different ways. I thought the chicken sandwich was a good route to take this time. I almost went best barbecue. I know you traveled around to quite a few different places.
Kansas City, hands down.
Okay.
Kansas City, no. Kansas City barbecue. It's not even a discussion.
Come on now.
Not even close. It's none of that vinegar from North Carolina. It's none of the runny sauce from Texas, although Terry Black's is pretty good. Jack Sarton took us there. It's
Runny sauce
Terry
from
Black's
Texas.
is fire.
Oh, no.
It's
You're
really-
talking about dry rub and
Hey,
herbs, sir.
It's really good. Mesquite, Texas had some place that looked like the cafeteria soup line with the barbecue sauce. Jeff Nunn took me to one time, never again.
Did you ever try Bodacious when you came to Bossier City?
No, didn't try that. The problem is it's too good in Kansas City. Like
I get it.
I can't go ruin a good thing.
I hear
I got
you.
about 5 or 6 places there, and I don't really have much of a preference between those either. They all have things they're great with.
I hear
Trenton
you.
Berry, I got to
Yeah.
tell you, I'm sorry, you're wrong, but Texas barbecue's where it's at.
Unbelievable. Cut his mic.
That's the glory about having an opinion, right? Nobody.
You know what's great? What's great is, Eric. You know, they all talk about that great tailgate scene in Houston before the Texans games. Boy, that team's pretty good right now.
They're trash.
They all talk about that great Texas barbecue you get to have. Oh wait, that's Arrowhead. So,
No.
but anyway, you can have Texas.
Texas barbecue's where it's at. Hands down,
No.
any day of the week.
Not a chance. And
Sorry, my guy.
I'm telling you, you keep it up, they're going to start throwing eggs at you from the grandstand.
Hey, let's just
That's
rag
fine.
on it. Hey, let's just rag on him a little bit more. How about them Astros not making the playoffs this year, man?
It's because they cheat. That's why.
I told him last night to go bang the trash cans or bang the boards because
Yeah.
they ain't making it this year. But anyway, sorry about that. My Cardinals didn't make it either. I know that it's a sour conversation there. So,
It's all right.
hey, the Cardinals just hired Skip Schumacher. Not the Cardinals, the Rangers did, to be their new manager. All right.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I hear you. Well, here we go, folks. We already gave you the starting lineup. This should be a good one. Hey, man, let's get back to the race and the task at hand here. I told him, man, this is a pretty eclectic field. Like, just look at this top 10. Of course, Givens has been pretty good here. You got to feel like he has a good chance to capitalize here, starting 7th, as much speed as he has. And Kyle Brown starts 5th. This could go any way. And we're about to find out how it's going to go. 25 laps in distance. Nick Bittiger puts his foot to the firewall in that CDR chassis. True Timber Camo. Number 3, Jack Slink Beef Jerky entry into turn number 1 we go.
Through 1 and 2, Dean Willie hit the character spot. He found it. Other cars are finding it throughout the field. Everybody able to race clean and green through turns 1 and 2, though. Nick Bittinger, he'll lead off of turn number 4. Lap number 1 goes to the True Timber 3B.
Boy, it'd be a huge victory for Bittinger if he could get the job done here tonight. As he rolls off of turn number 2, off of 2 down the back straightaway. Kyle Brown slipped up there off the exit of 2, and here comes Minnesota's Keith Foss looking to make him pay in the turn number 3. 95 and 21K side by side in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Foss trying to get the advantage off of 4, but Kyle Brown fights back to the outside, dead heat at the line for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, Foss pulled the pry bar out of the
Oh, no.
toolbox and rooted the 21 off the bottom of the racetrack. They both got a little sideways at the exit of 2. That boxed up the 88 of Osmond, the 10 of Givens. Those two guys were right there underneath the 21 of Brown. Now we got a yellow at turn 2. Ben Stockton in the 23 of Robertson Field under caution. You know, Trent, a lot of times during the USMTS programs, I know you guys maybe look over the field and take a pick. We're already a couple of laps into this one, so maybe not quite as fair, but
I'm just going to go right here. Eric, between you and I and Stick, we got way too many of these guys go race with us in this field week in and week out. Not a chance in the world I'm picking one.
Okay. Well, probably a good. You know what? That's probably fair. That's probably fair. All right. I'll take a page out of your book. That's probably a fair assessment.
Follow me for more tips on how to win a local election.
Trenton for mayor. Rink's already been named commissioner tonight. Might as well.
Hey, we really do have the Hickory County East Side Commissioner here.
Really?
When we're on the west side of the county, right? The county split east-west.
Okay.
Heck, we might have the west side, might have the presiding. I don't know that, but I can confirm that we do have the east side commissioner here because he's been out working on the racetrack.
Okay. Well, you know. Glad to have Richard here with us, working the racetrack.
Nope, not a chance.
Well, somebody just said Richard to my left.
Know your family members. It's his Uncle Larry.
All right, well.
How about this? There is only
I'm blaming Doug for that one.
5 total wins for your top 8 drivers right here. Pretty interesting. All these drivers are all hungry for a big-time win here tonight on night number 3 of the USRA Nationals. Nick Binniger, 1 win on the year. It came right here at Lucas Oil Speedway back on August the 23rd, and he'll take that number 3 CDR race car to the race lead into turn number 3. Keith Foss looking for his first win of the year for the 48-year-old out of Winona, Minnesota. Slots his way up to second here on the restart, and Kyle Brown fighting to the inside of the 38C. He's also winless on the year. Kyle Brown would love to find victory lane here tonight.
Yep, Brown and Jason Persley battling. So are the 10B and Brandon Givens, the 88. There's Sam Osmond, those two side by side. They've got Tyler Wolf right behind him, a pair of Lobo Racing teammates there in the 4 and the 88, just behind the Cookie Monster in 10B. Down the front straightaway, back into turns 1 and 2, 4 cars in your screen as they roll up on the 38C and involve him in that battle. Those 4 work their way down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, up front, here comes Keith Foss in car 95.
The battle for the race lead on the left side of your screen. It's the 3 of Binniger holding off the charge from the 95 of Keith Foss. As they roll into 1 and 2, Foss bouncing through the holes. Off the exit of 2, doesn't hamper his progress any. On the right side of your screen, you see Tyler Wolf get the head up on the 38 of Persley, moving his way up inside of the top 5 now. As they're side by side off of turn number 4, here comes Keith Foss in 95.
Yep, Foss wants the lead. Binniger so far able to hold him at bay. Into turns 1 and 2, Foss content to follow the 3B, avoiding that character spot near the bottom of the racetrack. Behind him, Kyle Brown starting to reel in your leaders. Here comes the 10B at Givens as well.
Bobby Williams slowing off the pace at the top of turn number 2. Let's see if he's able to get the car out of harm's way. He'll take a hard right turn, try to get it out of the ballpark. He's getting there. We will stay green. Binniger continues to lead here. Down the back straightaway at the midpoint, Eric, the 95 of Keith Foss. If the 3D throws him a bone to chew on, he'll be ready to pounce as they race off of 4. This time, Binniger, no mistakes just yet.
Oh, man, that was close off of turn 4. I'm watching the 10B at Givens and the 4 of Wolf. Wolf just gave Givens a little bit of shot in the left rear, and I thought for a second either one of them was going around. Neither one of them do, though. And we race on. Foss still chasing after your 2025 track champion here in Wheatland, Missouri. Nick Binniger leads down the front straightaway, lap 9 in the books.
Rolling back into 1, last night's winner, Tyler Wolf, getting closer to the front here. May need a late race caution or a caution here. We still have 16 to go yet. As the 21K of Kyle Brown trying to reel in this lead duo as he's up to 3rd in the Harris Auto Group 21K. Brown winless on the year. Brandon Givens 1 win this season for the Wichita, Kansas racer. He started 7th, worked his way up to 4th here. Again, Tyler Wolf rounding out your top 5 runners right now.
Hey, we've talked about him a lot this weekend. Let's go ahead and check in on the 87 HR Harley Dice. Dice started in the 19th spot, currently up to 11th, near the halfway mark of this one. So maybe not as much movement as we would have expected based on the first 2 nights, but still moving forward is the 87H.
No doubt about it. Sam Osmond having a solid run here tonight as well. 1 win on the year for the 88 car for the Spiro Oklahoman. As you see right here on your screen, the 97 of Houston Johnson, your current USRA national points leader. And here comes the other 97 of Harley Dice. Harley Dice 2nd to the national points. As they'll roll right here, right now, off of turn number 4. They run 9th and 10th respectively here underneath the stripe, rolling back into 1.
And Dice just made his way by the 38C of Jason Persley. Persley having to deal with the 5F of Drake Finley. That battle, there's Harley Dice on your screen. Now we switch to a battle between Troy Goodmanson and the 56 of Shadron Turner. Johnson and Dice right behind him. Dice off of turn number 4, sticking to the low part of the racetrack. Trying to keep that left rear in that moisture strip around the bottom of the speedway. Johnson just to the outside.
Nobody's done it better here all 3 nights so far than hugging that moisture strip right around the bottom of them left side American Racer tires. That 87 of Harley Dice, I mean, he's almost in the infield. 87 digging. He throws the 97 of Johnson into the hip pocket. The next driver on the hit list is the 21T at Gudmundsson. Good racing here off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. You're not missing anything up front. However, lap traffic could become a factor as we got a couple of cars together in 1 and 2. Caution flag is out.
Caution out for a 3-car pileup in turns 1 and 2. It looks to involve the 68 of Dean Willie, the 26 of Howes, and the 23 of Nick Roberts, all involved at the bottom side of turn 2. Well, 10 laps to go. There's certainly been some change near the front of the field other than Nick Binniger and Keith Foss off the front row. They have managed, Nick Binniger off the front row. He has managed to hold on to the lead from the drop of the green flag. Keith Foss 6th to 2nd right now. Kyle Brown 5th to 3rd. Brandon Givens started back in 7th. He runs in 4th. Tyler Wolf in the 4W, 14th to 5th right now. Those are your top 5, the way that they run. And Harley Dice now up to 9th from the 19th starting spot. So plus 10 for the 87H in 15 laps. Has 10 more laps to go. And the front of the field now bunched up in front of them.
This performance, once again, by Dice is just proving that the previous 2 nights are no fluke. Obviously, he proved it last night that the Wednesday night performance was no fluke, but he just continues it on. If you aren't impressed to this point by Harley Dice, then I don't know, folks. Check your pulse. Make sure you're still breathing. This young man can wheel a race car. That Dennings Roofing sponsor 87S has just been putting on a clinic right around the bottom of the speedway here all week long so far.
Yeah, another guy that I talked to back in the pit area earlier today, the 10B of Brandon Givens, I rolled by about 2:30. And he said, he says, we have had 2 really good nights. I don't know that I can really improve my score much more. He was honestly thinking about taking a night off, not racing tonight, saving the piece that he had for tomorrow because he knew he was going to be locked into the A main. But put a phone call into the chassis builder, Tanner Mullins, back home in Wichita. They decided they were going to change some things on the race car and do some testing, as Brandon Givens put it tonight. Of course, he wouldn't tell me what they changed, but so far, so good for the 10B. If they've picked up any speed, man, he might be one to watch here the rest of the way.
No doubt about it. He's shown some a lot of speed tonight. In the kickoff on Wednesday night, if he hadn't been buried so far early, he powered through the field, finished in 7th that night. So we'll see what that Pomeroy Services Chunky Poodle sponsor number 10 car can do here when we go back to the green flag. We'll have a good opportunity, but he's got the 4W Tyler Wolf, who scored his 15th win of the year last night. And if anybody's going to have a good a shot as any, it'll be the 4W car.
Yeah.
Who has been really, really good here at the Lucas Oil Speedway.
Absolutely picked up the win last night. You almost expect him to be in victory lane anytime he rolls into this place here, especially the last couple of years. We can't discount the 3 cars out front, though. Nick Bittinger, the 2025 track champion, he certainly knows how to get around here. Keith Foss lost a heartbreaker on the opening weekend of the Northern Lights Modified Series earlier this year. He's always one to contend with, a stalwart up in the Deer Creek, Mississippi Thunder area at both of those racetracks. And then Kyle Brown, a regular with the United States Modified Touring Series. If anybody knows how to get it done against the toughest in the country, it would certainly be him as well.
Absolutely. These guys are all battle tested. They've raced with the best of them. Some of the best racetracks all across the country. And right now, here at Lucas Oil is no exception. Here at one of the top tier racetracks in the nation. Bittinger hasn't made any mistakes up front in this race for Foss to pick on him for. And we'll see what happens in the next half. Only 10 laps to go, 15 are scored of this 25-lapper. And if Bittinger doesn't make any more mistakes, he's going to be tough to beat. But Foss has been right there. It has kept him honest. That caution he races, a 1-second lead for Bittinger. Kyle Brown has a shot. The driver here in row number 2, winless on the season.
Lights are out. Field slowly works its way through turns 3 and 4. Bittinger brings him back to green. 10 laps to go here tonight on a Friday night at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Back and away, the field hustles into 1. Your USRA modified nightcap here. 25 laps in distance, 15 scored with 10 laps to go in this one. Down the back straightaway, Keith Foss trying to make the 95 car wide on the entry to turn number 3. Keep the 21K car at bay. Here comes Givens down to the left rear quarter of the 21K of Kyle Brown. Tyler Wolf now searching the top, bringing along the 56 of Shadron Turner in tow as they roll back into 1.
Yeah, Givens really had to shut down his corner entry in 3 and 4 as Kyle Brown came down the racetrack. Now Wolf will race to the outside of the 10B as they roll back into turns 3 and 4. Bittinger, though, good out in front of this one. Here's the 95 of Foss, still rolls in second. Battle for the 4th spot between Givens and Wolf, back into 1 and 2.
Houston Johnson was able to get back by the number 87 of Dice, so move Johnson back up to the 7th spot as he works down to the inside of the 56 of Turner. Up in front of that battle, you see it on your screen, the 10 of Givens to the inside of Wolf. Wolf rolling through the middle, drifts up to the top shelf off of exit, playing his foot to the firewall and drag race the 10B of Givens into 1.
Back into 1 and 2. There's Kyle Brown, Givens, Tyler Wolf. 3 cars battling for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Down the back straightaway, Givens and Wolf side by side through turns 3 and 4. Behind them, Harley Dice just behind the 97 Houston Johnson, doing battle with the 56 of Shadron Turner.
Yeah, Houston Johnson's really come alive here on this late race restart. Has driven his way up to the 6th spot of the 97, your USRA national points leader. But the best battle on the speedway right now is within the top 5 is the 10 of Givens. Given held to the 4W Tyler Wolf. Somebody's going to prevail over this battle. We'll find out here in 5 more laps. 5 laps to go here at the Lucas Oil Speedway on night number 3 of the USRA Nationals for the Modifieds.
Back in a 1 and 2, Givens had a really good corner entry that time and gets tight, but going to pull out in front of Wolf. In that battle for the 4th spot, Nick Bittinger up front, unbothered at the front of the field. This time by counting them down, 4 to go.
Bittinger leads him back into 1. He has a 1.041 second advantage in that True Timber Cambo Jack's Link Beef Jerky CDR Race Cars number 3. Mr. Bittinger, his dad, he's probably over there in the pits hooping and hollering, trying to find his son, rooting him on to get back to victory lane here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Last victory came here on August the 23rd, so it hadn't been that long ago as the 3B car hustles it into 1 with the race lead.
Absolutely. Oh, Bittinger just caught that character spot, but quickly regained control of it. Keith Foss not able to gain on him as Kyle Brown, Brandy Givens, and Tyler Wolf follow back into 3 and 4.
Yeah, the problem is Foss followed him right into it. But he does get a little bit closer here. It was 1.037 the last time. Now it's 0.8. 0.808 as Bittinger bouncing through the holes. The 95 does the same. 21K slots in 3rd. The top 3 separated by the same distance around the speedway. Also back to 4th and 5th. This one's settled down just a little bit here, Eric, as we are in the waning stages. The Ho Chi Town Saloon last call is out for the 3 of Nick Bittinger.
Yep, Bittinger rolls back into turns 1 and 2, going to choose to drive it around the character spot. Foss goes right through it, but it doesn't upset the car this time. There's Kyle Brown with the 10B Givens all over the backside. Down to turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Off of turn number 4, give it to the track champion. Nick Bittinger going to win here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Nick Bittinger gets it done tonight over the 95 of Keith Foss. Kyle Brown with a good run tonight in 3rd and 21K. Givens in 4th holds off the run from the 4W Tyler Wolf. Outside of your top 5, your national points leader to the 97 of Houston Johnson finishes 6th tonight. Harley Dice 7th and 87H. Terry Phillips up 21st to 8th for TP tonight. Sam Osmond finishes 9th. And your top 10, 12th to 10th for the 56 of Shadron Turner.
Yeah, Terry Phillips, your hard charger tonight, plus 13, 21st to 8th. Harley Dice, we mentioned it, plus 12, 19th to 7th. Harley's done nothing but pass cars here all weekend long. Alex Williamson, decent little run for him from the back of the field, 24th to 13th, plus 11. Tyler Wolf, plus 9, 14th to 5th.